Oceania Cup in Canberra at the AIS Arena. My name's Michelle Hocking, and joining me today in commentary is Grace Buckmaster. Welcome, Grace.
Hi Michelle, thank you for having me. Very excited to host such an amazing tournament here in Canberra.
It is, it's fantastic. I think the week has been a huge success. There's been some basketball. The athletes have enjoyed it immensely. And there's, great competition. It's just wonderful to see this kind of talent from around the region being able to come out and put on the great games and sportsmanship.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a great opportunity for those smaller nations around the area. Such a good matchup against these teams here at such a junior level to just keep continuing to develop their talents.
That's right. The experience takeaway from this event is amazing. So it's great. And as you said, Grace, probably New Zealand, Australia have, I wouldn't say had an easy run because there's been some really gritty games that they've had to compete in, but certainly been, I guess, dominant competition to date and had a really close encounter earlier in the week.
Yeah, absolutely, and now here they are in the gold medal match, the absolute pinnacle of the tournament. They did have a very close hit out, just 3 points in it earlier in the week. But now, yeah, good to see them go ahead when it medals on the line.
That's right. And we might just pause while we do the introductions of the teams. So, Grace, a little earlier this afternoon in the bronze medal game, we had Tonga versus Samoa, and Tonga came out victors in that one for 75-68 wins. So, that's congratulations to the Tongan team. I think that's fantastic for them to come away for bronze medal, but this is the big game.
Absolutely, and that was Tonga's debut in the tournament, I believe. So to come away with the medal is very exciting for their nation as a whole and for their families. So very good there, and lots of storylines that I'm sure we're going to see now flow into the gold medal match, and it's going to be a very good hit out this afternoon.
It will, and we talked a little bit earlier, just before we went to the national anthems, about the fact that during the week on the Wednesday evening, New Zealand and Australia matched up, and it was a close game.
Absolutely, and I think in the history of the tournament, Australia's never lost. So for New Zealand to get that close really shows the potential of this young New Zealand team, and the skill that they've absolutely can stick it tonight to the reigning champs.
Absolutely, and when we say they've never lost a game in the tournament.
Yeah,
so
not to anyone in any edition of the tournament ever.
That's right, and including when it was under 16s format. So, I guess that puts a lot of pressure on the Australian team.
Absolutely, and I'm sure there's some big shoes to follow. Ezzy Magmabor, Alana Smith, they've both played in this under 15s level team or equivalent, so definitely some big names for them to live up to, and especially being here in Canberra, we've got the Centre of Excellence here. There's some of those girls in the crowd, so a few big names watching on today, but I'm sure these are under 15-year-olds. They've got the Gems have got what it takes to take home the gold.
That's right. So, yeah, exactly right. And just talking a little bit about that game on the Wednesday evening, it was really a game of essentially two halves.
Absolutely, yeah. Australia came out firing, as you'd probably typically expect, but then credit to New Zealand, just didn't lie down, and they really hustled in their defence and even took the lead at one point. I think they were leading into half-time.
Yeah, so they had a 16-point lead at half-time, and it was really interesting. It was quite a tight first quarter, and then in that second quarter, New Zealand just got on a roll and really outscored them. I think it was about 25-6 points in that quarter or something along those lines. And going into the change rooms, at half-time, I think it showed a little bit of resilience for Australia to come back in that third quarter, because it was the reverse situation in that third quarter where Australia really got on a roll through their defence, essentially, to put themselves back in a position to go in. It was tight.
Yeah, absolutely, and both teams have been averaging close to 100 points this tournament, so neither of them would have been in that situation before with this particular group, so that was really credit on whoever could pull their team together quick. And yeah, credit to Australia, they put it together in that second half, but I'm sure New Zealand's taken away a lot of lessons from that, and they have the confidence to know that they can pull ahead of Australia, so it's going to be a very interesting matchup tonight. Yeah,
I think you're right. It would have they would got a lot of confidence out of that game on Wednesday night, so they'll come out. You come to a tournament like this and you just want to win. That's what you come for. So I'm sure they're ready, and I'm sure Australia's taken away some lessons learnt, let's say, from that game on Wednesday night. Just talking about the differences in some of the teams, as you said, both Australia and New Zealand are averaging around 100 points a game. I think it's really even across the stats. Both teams are in that sort of 22 range in terms of assists per game, so they're moving the ball, they're sharing it around, which is great. But in the defensive end is probably where Australia seems to have, statistically anyway, a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been leading the tournament for average amount of blocks per game, and also for steals per game. So they're averaging 8.5 blocks and 19.3 steals, which is absolutely incredible for them. And if they score a lot of points off their turnovers, they're in for a quick game tonight.
They are, and we're about to get underway, and I think a couple of names to just keep an eye out for is Olivia Oleknowitz for Australia has been really effective all tournament, and Ava Jones, who is part of that Jones family in New Zealand, has had a great tournament as well, as we're just about to get underway.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got them going up for the jump now, but plenty of big names on both sides, and all the best to both tonight.
Australia comes up with possession off of the tip. So I see them getting into their half-court sets here, moving the ball well. Nice attack at the rim there, and just missed it, but a rebound by Lily Mapp, who puts it back, and Australia's first on the scoreboard.
That's definitely the hustle that both teams are expecting to come out with, very quickly coming out and penetrating straight to the basket, which is great to see.
As New Zealand bring the ball down and again getting feet in the paint on penetration, but a big block there, and Australia's out in fast break situation here, and it's another 2 points for Australia, and good transition.
Absolutely, that's what they were known for against the first time that they matched up, just making New Zealand pay off those turnovers. So Australia have really come with that tonight. As they go to, New Zealand unlucky just there.
Australia's been strong on the glass there, bringing the ball down the floor.
Fairly evenly matched for height, these two as well, so it's definitely going to be a battle of down low, quite evenly paced there.
That's right. The three went in and out. So we see another three from the corner and unable to miss. That's one of the areas where New Zealand has an advantage over Australia, is in that shooting from range. They shoot better from the field generally, and they shoot better from outside the arc as well, as we see a New Zealand possession from the baseline.
Yeah, that was great defense from New Zealand there. Really just planted their feet and took that charge there.
Yes. It's a nice little dish there, and good pick up from number 9, Vanessa Amani Rasmussen, scoring 2 points for New Zealand. That's their first score for the game. A little bit of physical contact on that screen action there. I think that'll be part of this game. A characteristic of both these teams is that they play physical, and so it'll be interesting to see how at the end of a long week fatigue starts to kick in, and how they both manage that throughout this game.
Absolutely, neither team want to give each other some easy points, as Australia just unlucky there to miss that one.
It's a nice rip and go along the baseline there from Jade Sherrington. Just couldn't convert it.
It's good to see that they're getting those looks in early. I think they're just finding their feet perhaps in this first few minutes, and then later in the game they'll get a lot of points down there.
See New Zealand in the half court. There's a fairly vocal Australian crowd chanting for defence, as we've seen fouls being called.
Shamar Broughton there, also putting her name on the stat sheet and trying to get her first points tonight. We've got a substitute there for Australia. Ryan's coming off. And we've had number 10, Sophie Richardson, come on for her first minutes tonight. As one of the twins on the New Zealand team, Shamar Broughton, she gets her first points with that make and converts the second one as well.
And coming down the stretch, that could be really important, the conversion of those foul shots, to keep the scoreboard ticking over, and if it's a close one, they all count. So.
Yeah, just 3 points between them last time.
That's
so
right.
It could be foul shots that determine this.
A bit sloppy there, and the clock down to 6 seconds on the shot clock, and nice little job there from, again, it was Sherrington finding the way to the basket, but unable to convert. New Zealand are pushing the ball up the floor. An offensive transition. Australia did a pretty reasonable job of getting back. Nice find in the corner there. Couldn't make the three. That was Kalani Mai-Tui now, who took that shot.
Great work from New Zealand there, just spreading the ball. They really caught Australia off guard, and they had to force them into a bit of a scramble defense. So good to see them getting those looks early.
So reset at 14, and we're down to 7 as a long-range three that Jones wasn't able to convert. Australia comes up with the board again and possession. Another three. In transition, New Zealand. And again, Australia with possession. There's a lot of up and back. It's quite fast-paced, isn't it?
Yeah, both teams just seem to be just still trying to find their feet tonight.
Yeah. Well, that was a great seal in the paint there, but not able to convert it, as we see a three kicked out to
Smith, Isabel Smith.
Isabel Smith. Now, she had a big game on Wednesday night. I think she had 27 for Australia on Wednesday night, so hopefully we can see a repeat of that form.
She'd have huge confidence coming into this game, and she can be quite the leader for Australia to get on the board tonight. As we've got Ava Jones scoring 2 more for New Zealand as Australia go on the run. And Isabel Smith again on the fast break.
Yeah, they're running the lanes well, and New Zealand are going to have to do something about their defensive transition. So we see a turnover there from New Zealand. Just looking to kick the ball ahead, but not quite connecting. So it'll be Australia's ball from the baseline. Yep.
It can be hard when Australia's playing so fast-paced. You want to give in to that yourself, but
right.
New Zealand, I know they've got their game plan, and it worked for them last time. So if they can just settle into that. Right. Smith again pushing the pace. And it's Lily Mapp that puts the putback and gets another goal for herself.
Puts Australia up by 5, 11-6, and just about halfway through this first fast-paced quarter. I wonder if they'll be able to keep this sort of pace up. You see a nice look in the paint, kicks it out again to... Oh, and she lets it drop. Tui now, I think that was.
The crowd really enjoyed that one. And she's got a whole bench on their feet.
So she'll go to the line, and if she converts this, it's back to a 2-point game. Comes up short. Big rebound there again from Lily Mapp. She's been strong on the boards all week.
Yeah, absolutely. Averaging 8 rebounds per game. She had quite a few almost double-doubles, I believe, during the tournament. So very impressive from her tonight.
So another miss from the 3, but offensive glass there from Australia. They couldn't convert it. New Zealand looking to push the ball down the floor, but just forcing it on that occasion. Australia's defensive transition was good getting back.
You can see you can see they're trying to set it up. It's just probably maybe 1 second too soon. Unfortunately not catching their teammates aware, but good to see that they're looking for it as we've got Australia with 2 more points there. And it was Isabel Smith again. Always has a cracker against New Zealand in this tournament.
She does seem to. She's liking this matchup. So she's currently got 5 points for Australia as timeout's being called. What, Grace, do you think the New Zealand team will be talking about?
I think they just need to take a breath. They want to look for the basket fast, and unfortunately I think they just need to settle into it just for a second. When they're setting up their structures and they're dishing it in and then pulling it back out, that's when they're finding those open looks. So I think if they just take a breather, know that it's worked for them before, and just have confidence in your rotations.
That's right, and I think Australia would be pretty happy with their start. They probably aren't shooting at a high percentage, but they're definitely getting some really good looks, and I think the way that they're crashing the boards both at the offensive end of the floor as well as the defensive end of the floor is getting them some good possession, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been all over those rebounds, and we said they were evenly matched for height, but Australia just making the most of it and really getting themselves in a good position to pull in those rebounds.
Come back out onto the floor. It looks like the same groups who went into the timeout are coming back in. It's a little hard to see. We're a fair distance away from here.
It is. I think New Zealand might have had some subs
it looks
come
like
in.
It, yeah.
Arita Kahura's come in, and number 48, Kalani May, Tui now.
Okay, so it's another turnover from New Zealand, which results in Australia with possession and going to the line. Chanel's the first.
And gets the second there, Smith, adds to her tally.
Yeah, keeping the score ticking over, a personal score and the score for Australia. So they're out by 7 now. see New Zealand trying to. They really need to get at least a good look this time down the floor, Grace, as we see trying to step through, but Lily Mapp, that big hand and that block.
Yeah, we said Australia's been known for their blocks this tournament, and I think you just see why. And we've got a sub now. Lily Mapp's coming off for Violet Johnson to come on. Gets a big cheer from the crowd here.
Jones with the ball, looking to create off the dribble. And she does a pretty good job, but I think she was hoping that she might have got a foul call there, but not produced. It was a good step through, but unfortunately unable to make it. And New Zealand come up with possession again on that rebound situation as Jones, sorry, not Jones.
Tui now pulls in that rebound there. Very strong against a few Australians, so she did well to pull that one in.
Feet in the paint and finds the three-point shooter, and she knocks it down. That helps the score line. It's Charis Broughton, that one, knocks down a three, so keeping it at 4 points the difference now.
And it may feel like Australia are running a lot of possession, but New Zealand is still in this.
They certainly are. It's not showing on the scoreboard, really, so, you know, I think that if New Zealand can hang around and just keep it tight, they'll start to get their bit more rhythm and they'll be right. Three-point shot missed there by Australia, and contact on the foul, on the rebound, sorry. And that's Violet Johnson called for that foul. So see another sub coming in for Australia. First minutes in the game for Olivia. Oh, I think Olivia was on before. Olivia
coming back on the floor.
Back on the floor.
New Zealand trying to look low here, using their strength down low, and it's good. Tui now gets her first points of the game.
Yeah, it was a nice move, used her body well, sealed in the paint, felt the defender and just made a move. Nicely executed.
Australia open for the three, can't connect, but they get the rebound, and one.
It was a great follow-up there on the boards, just crashed it hard. Not the biggest player on the floor, but she managed to come up with it.
Yeah, Aleknowicz, who's had a big tournament for Australia. She's been leading leading point scorer for them the whole tournament, so definitely good to have her on the floor, and she'll really set up a lot of structures for the Australian team. Unfortunately just can't connect, but Australia with the rebound. And Violet Johnson gets the putback too.
That's right. And look, you know, Australia are certainly just crashing the glass, and that possession game is really important. So I think New Zealand will have to do a little bit better at keeping them off the offensive glass. You see a foul called on Australia here. It's on number 10 for Australia, Sophie Richardson.
She'll substitute out now for Lily Mapp to come back on, as Australia and both teams just have a little bit of a chat. Perhaps settle the pace a little bit.
It has slowed down just a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. So as they start to settle into the game and get some of those early nerves out.
Absolutely, and we saw the first time these two versed, Australia was up and then New Zealand came back in. So definitely can't rule New Zealand out at this point, and they've got plenty still up their sleeve, I think. As that foul shot drops and Jones subs out. And we've got number 9, Amani Rasmussen, back in. Australia here just working it around.
That's a nice job by Olivia Aleknowicz again. She's having an impact. She's just nice first step, nice and quick. Put her on the floor and beat the player.
Yeah, look, Australia have loved that drive. Down on the left-hand side, just going quickly to the basket as New Zealand puts on a bit of pressure here.
Yeah. Australia have got to get it over the half court, and they unfortunately can't. So it's good defensive pressure from New Zealand there.
Yeah, this is the first time I think we've probably seen Australia with that much pressure, especially in the back court. So this is a good from New Zealand to just change it up and try something new to try and get some more points.
That's right. So New Zealand from the side. Got 14 seconds on the shot clock. They do a pretty good job of getting feet in the paint and then finding an open player on the perimeter, New Zealand.
Yeah, Australia seem to be crashing whoever's got the ball down low. They seem to be drawing quite a few players there, which is working for New Zealand to kick it back out. As Australia goes up, and it's number 4, Maya Mokai, gets her first points of the night for a 3-pointer.
It's nice. We've got just under a minute to go in this first half. As we see, unfortunately, a turnover for New Zealand. Australia have the opportunity to come down the floor, get a score.
Push it out to a double-digit lead going into the first break.
Exactly right. Again, Mackay from the perimeter but couldn't make it. As we see, Lily Mapp came up with another rebound. Just couldn't convert it, but it's Australia's possession from the baseline. They got 14 on the shot clock. Good defence on that baseline out of bounds there from New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand really stepping up the pace here. As Australia gets their own rebound. And number 12, it's Lily Mapp again with the putback. New Zealand are really going to have to start boxing her out because she's just getting rebounds for days down low and is able to convert.
Yeah, just so much extra possession for Australia at this point in time. 8 offensive rebounds. Sorry, I'll take that back. 12 offensive rebounds for Australia in that first quarter. So that's certainly, I think, something that New Zealand will be talking about.
Absolutely, yeah.
Quarter time.
Yeah, a big area that you want to focus on. There's, quite evenly matched for height, so just got to keep boxing those out and really pulling in we've seen when they pull in those defensive rebounds, that's when they're able to go on their runs, and that's when they're finding their open looks. So definitely an area for New Zealand to look, but 26-15 to Australia at the end of the first term. Who impressed you there from Australia?
Look, I think that Olivia's been quite effective for Australia, so she's been good all week. But I think they've been sharing it around, they do a great job of moving the ball and ensuring that they're getting it through hands, and everyone's getting an option for their own scoring, but also finding others off of that as well.
Absolutely, they know how to play to each other's talents, and they're finding the faster paced players are on the drive, and then they've got their shooters ready and their rebounders under the ring. So it's been very good performance here from Australia. Have we got some leading scorers at the quarter? Yeah,
so Lily Mapp has 6 points for Australia. Olivia Oleknowitz has 4 points. Isabel Smith, 9 points. She's got a lot of those early in that quarter. And Mokay has 3 points for Australia. So it's really quite spread evenly. So
yeah, and that'll be a challenge for New Zealand. There's not one particular player you need to cover. It's kind of, unfortunately, just trying really hard one-on-one defence across everyone who's on the court. So it's going to take a full team effort for New Zealand to bring this back in.
Yeah.
But they've done it before and they'll do it again.
That's right. For New Zealand, the leading scorer is Ava Jones with 4 points. So the scoring for New Zealand is spread around as well, which we expect with these two teams.
Absolutely. And definitely expecting more. We can expect more from Ava Jones as well. So she's still finding her. She's still finding her form here tonight, Ava Jones, and she'll be a leader for New Zealand as the term goes on.
So we're about to get back underway in this second quarter of the grand final of the Under-15 Oceania Cup in Canberra between New Zealand and Australia. It's New Zealand with first possession in this quarter.
Rasmussen, and another block by Australia. New Zealand did well to get possession back. Unfortunately, it's short-lived with Australia getting it back, and Sherrington's bringing the ball up now for Australia. They're moving it around, find the corner three. Lucky from New Zealand there to get that rebound back. With no box out, Australia was almost able to come in and just pull that one back out, but New Zealand lucky to get their own looks there.
Great little move there from, I think that was Shamar Barotten there, too. Nice crossover. You see the ball kicked to the corner for Australia and attacking the paint, and fouled is Olivia Oleknowitz. Will go to the line. There's no one really in any foul trouble. Is sharing the fouls around at this point. She knocks down the first. Misses the second, and New Zealand come up with the rebound. So see them pushing it down the floor. McClenaghan's playing guard duties, and she looks to attack the paint. Gets the ball back out to the point. You see them shifting the ball and looking to penetrate. Find the open look for number 9. Imani Rasmussen couldn't make it, in Australia again on the glass with possession.
New Zealand are doing well at really, they're getting good looks inside, and then once the defense is collapsing, they're getting those outside. So if they can just connect on a few of those wider shots, they'll start bring the scoreline back to get closer.
That's right. Lovely pass inside to Lily Mapp. She couldn't make it, but she got her own rebound. She'll go to the line, with New Zealand having fouled again under the paint, under the basket in the paint. I think you're right, Grace. When you look at New Zealand, they're doing a good job of getting the ball into the paint, and then, you know, Australia's really collapsing on it, and they're finding the open look on the perimeter. They just haven't knocked it down tonight as well as they appear to have throughout the rest of the tournament. So if they start to find their stroke from the perimeter, they could really bring back this deficit. Still very much within reach.
Yeah, absolutely, as Matt just knocks down her foul shot there. But New Zealand have been great from the field all tournament, so they're definitely capable of it, and it is a strength of theirs. So I don't know if they just need to take an extra second. I think they're open a bit wider than they believe they are, so hopefully a few of those can start dropping now.
Another
great
block.
Yeah, great connection there. It was unfortunate for that one.
So Sherrington with the ball. Kicking the ball around, and
Rasmussen with a block of her own, and New Zealand are on the run. Waits for backup.
That's right.
Jones unfortunate there, that one didn't fall, but great pressure from Australia to pull that one back.
Yeah, they just, New Zealand don't seem to be able to keep the scoreboard ticking over at the moment. Australia's extended the lead out to 12, which can come back really quickly in a game of basketball, but they probably want to, as we see Australia knock down a 3 from the corner. That's Olivia Oleknowitz again, so she's really starting to put some points on the board.
Yeah, no problems about her being connected from 3. She's found her range quite nicely, and almost forces the jump ball as well in defense and gets it back for Australia.
Looks like New Zealand's falling back into a zone defense here. It's trying to mix it up, probably trying to just force Australia from the perimeter a bit more, or...
Yeah, Australia have been really well on driving to the basket tonight, so hopefully this can kind of clog up the middle area, so it makes that less appealing for them as they go for a 3. Not a problem for Mapp pulling in the rebounds.
Oh, nice pick off there.
That was Shamar Brighton who got away on the fast break, but Australia's again showing another one of their blocks there and chases down the shot.
That's right. New Zealand have possession from the baseline, and they're 15 points down at the moment. Just really need to, as we see Broughton attacking the basket, and another block from Australia. Wasn't Lily Mapp this time.
It was great footwork there by New Zealand. It was unfortunate that probably just doesn't have the height of some of the Australian girls. Sophie Richardson on the baseline, and that'll be a timeout. New Zealand wanted to talk it over.
Yeah, well, probably not surprising. They really needed to get that time out. I think, you know, since quarter time, I think New Zealand have only scored 3 points. So, you know, we're, 34-17. Australia effectively double their score at this point. So New Zealand are going to have to do something different and just slow down the scoring of Australia to keep themselves in with a chance in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great performance by Australia, moving it in and out, and they've been on from range tonight. They're doing very well from behind the three-point line. So it's just, yeah, got to find out what defenses work. They've tried the zone. I think I liked how it was going for them. I think if they can keep that up, I think the zone could be really effective for them. And it's turned in, they've gotten a few steals off of it, and they've gone on their fast breaks. So, yeah, see how we go for New Zealand here.
You'd imagine that Australia would be talking about some adjustments that they want to make offensively against that zone, so it'll be interesting to see what happens out of this timeout. I think Australia's defence has really been gritty tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see a player gets past them in defence, and then another Australian steps right up, and she's there for the block. So it's a great team effort from Australia here tonight, and we'll see how New Zealand are going to try and hit out against this one now as they bring it down the floor.
Broughton's tied up and looking for a pass. Almost another turnover. See Ava Jones with the ball, looking to create. She's got herself in the paint, but again, a lot of tall timber in there that's hard to combat. So Australia with possession, and New Zealand have stayed in that zone, as you talked about, Grace. They must be seeing that they're... Well, actually, they might not be in a zone now. No, they're not. Looks like they're just in a half-court man. Ball's kicked out to the corner. The Leknowitz couldn't make that one, and New Zealand are off, pushing the ball down the floor, but late transition from the big player there, and she goes to work, and she's able to convert it on that occasion. So that's Amani Rasmussen with another 2 to her name.
New Zealand just need to support, a little bit more support when they get it in attack. Rasmussen was kind of isolated there at the end as Australia puts up a 3. Yeah, so unfortunate, Jones has a bit of a slip. Lucky to get out of it.
I'm going to struggle to get it over the half again, so that'll be a backcourt violation. A couple of bodies hitting the floor there, and hopefully no one's hurt. It'll be Australia's possession, Sherrington to inbound. Leknowitz. The 3 didn't drop. That was Sherrington, I believe, took that one. And New Zealand, again, trying to get two-man game going. Didn't quite work, but they took the 3 there. That was one of the Broughton girls again, but couldn't convert it. Nice attack back to the other end of the floor from Leknowitz, and came up, didn't make the shot, but Australia were able to get the offensive board, and we'll have possession.
Yeah, fouls on Mackenzie Disher there, just a little bit too physical from behind. Cops the Australia player in the back, and now it'll remain Australia's inbound.
Finding a little difficult to get it in, and they've turned the ball over. Good defence from New Zealand, and they've got numbers down the floor. It's Broughton. Again, Australia managing to stop their transition with good defence.
As we've got Violet Johnson coming back on the floor for Lily Mapp.
Turnover on the inbounds from New Zealand. Australia down the floor through Sherrington. Another 3. Australia's looking to take the 3. Might need to mix it up just a little bit, get some inside-outside game going.
Yeah, and that's what was working for them in the first quarter, as New Zealand goes for a 3 of their own. Unfortunately, can't find that one to drop. But Australia in the first quarter, they were setting the screens and doing lots of pick and rolls, which was working for them. So if they go back to that, just to even clear up, stunning by Olivia there. and she'll go to the line for 2 more.
We've got 3.5 minutes to go effectively in this quarter, and foul count, like New Zealand as a team now are sitting on 14 fouls, so from here on in, if Australia can exploit that and keep going to the line, they'll be able to, in dead time, extend the lead, which is something you always are looking to do.
Absolutely, and this has been a very fast-paced game as well, so even just getting the foul shots give them a little bit of a breather.
That's right,
ready
and
to go
does,
again.
and does. She makes that second. New Zealand bringing the ball back down the floor here, looking to move the ball around the perimeter. See Jones again looking to attack, but a good hand from Australia there, knocks it loose, but New Zealand recover, take the 3 from the perimeter, but again, not able to convert. And Australia looking to push the ball, but was just a little bit out of reach on that occasion.
I like New Zealand's ability to know where each other are. As soon as they drive in, they're dishing out and they know exactly where their teammate's going to be. So it's credit to them. They've worked on this all tournament.
That's right. Jones again finds an open space and makes an easy 2. Off a screen action, we were just talking about that before at the other end of the floor, but
exactly right.
It works great.
And Jones has been looking to go herself the last few possessions, so it's nice to see that one pay off for her. As Australia get a bit of trouble down low. And just steps out of court there, unfortunately. So great defense from New Zealand to put that pressure on.
I think New Zealand at this stage of the game, 2.5 minutes out from the half-time break, they'd be hoping to kind of get the score down to a sort of 10 or below, so that they've got plenty. I mean, there's plenty of time in the second half anyway. But if you can get down to sort of that 10 or under split, it just makes it that much easier going into a half. As we see them take the shot, but unable to make it. That was Jones again. Just hasn't been able to knock them down from the perimeter.
And it'll remain a New Zealand ball off Australia, so they'll get another chance at it.
Riley McClenaghan took that one but couldn't convert it. As we see Australia coming away with the ball through Daisy Hocking. Kicks it over to Madison Ryan, kicks it out, ends up in the hands of, I think that was Jade Sheraton. No, it wasn't, sorry. That was Vanessa Tavetti, who knocks down a nice 3.
A great movement by Australia there. They caught New Zealand off guard, having to play a bit of scramble, and it's paid off in the open 3 for them. Jones again looking to make things happen for New Zealand. And Sherrington with the steal. Was that Vanessa? My apologies.
We are a long way away from the court up here. It's hard to see some of those numbers.
New Zealand just keeping it in, and it's Jones again. Again, isolated down low, needs support.
Yeah. She's really trying to make something happen for New Zealand, and as we see another spin, and as you said, they're finding the open looks on the perimeter, as that one is offline again, but a nice open shot. Shot was there.
Yeah, and that movement was better from New Zealand as well. They're looking for that corner 3 as Australia goes for one of their own, and it's good. Vanessa Tavetti gets another 3-pointer for her stat sheet.
Back out to 20 points with just under a minute to go, as we see New Zealand looking to go into the nice big tall player there, but she wasn't able to convert that. That was Ainley. Australia back down the other end, another transition basket.
Aleknowicz, she's really liking those tonight.
She's loving it.
Not afraid of the contact either, which I think has really paid off for her tonight.
So she's up to 11 points for herself now, so she's keeping it going. We saw a good hand in there, but New Zealand retained possession. And that was Nahala Tuiliha.
Draws the foul and will go to the line.
Australia making some subs, and New Zealand as well.
Jones getting a well-deserved rest in New Zealand, and hopefully she can come ready to come back in the second half and score a few more points.
And it's been a warm day here in Canberra today. It's been a, for Canberrans, it's been a warm day. It's 30 degrees, but it's pretty warm in here. So the girls at half time will enjoy a bit of a breather, get some fluids, reset the mind, come back out in the second half ready to go.
As that one's good for 2 now. And it's been a big week of the tournament. Lots of games for all of them to go back-to-back, a game each day pretty much for the whole week. So see it's starting to catch up to them as there's 10 seconds left on the court. Great rebound there. Amelia Ainley did well to get the rebound over Australia and draws a foul.
So New Zealand will have last possession. Who are we going to? 4 seconds, Grace. We're just going to
take it ourselves.
It looks that way. Oh no, finds the open player, a little late on the shot clock, and that'll be it for the half.
Absolutely, Australia just really pushing down the pace in that one and really doing well to shoot from the field quite well, and it's paid off for them now with a 21-point lead going into half-time.
Yeah, no, that's a really good lead. Australia will be really happy with that lead, but they do know that, New Zealand will come back out ready to fight in that second half. So looking forward to see what we have in this second half.
Absolutely.
It's not every day you get the call up to play for what matters, but today is your day. Sign up for our free online officiating course and join the Officials, the biggest team in Aussie sport.
Whatever our gender, colour, belief or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
So we're here for the AIS camp, which is part of the She Hoops Leadership and Confidence Scholarship.
This program is a culmination of a few different things.
10-week course, so 5 mentoring sessions for the Australian players and 5 EQ Mind sessions.
For them to become officials, to become coaches or administrators or leaders in the sport.
She Hoops is an organisation that is just all about empowering women in basketball, and I think being immersed in this environment is really cool.
It's not every day you get the call up to play for what matters, but today is your day. Sign up for our free online officiating course and join the Officials, the biggest team in Aussie sport.
Whatever our gender, colour, belief or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
So we're here for the AIS camp, which is part of the She Hoops Leadership and Confidence Scholarship.
This program is a culmination of a few different things.
10-week course, so 5 mentoring sessions for the Australian players and 5 EQ Mind sessions.
For them to become officials, to become coaches or administrators or leaders in the sport.
She Hoops is an organisation that is just all about empowering women in basketball, and I think being immersed in this environment is really cool.
Well, welcome back. We're just about to get underway in this second half, Grace. Just a couple of stats for us. In terms of the rebounding, we talked a lot about how Australia during the game were dominating the boards. Australia's got 37 boards. They've got 17 offensive boards and 20 defensive. That's a lot of possession.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think New Zealand, they did well in their towards the end of that second quarter to pull a few more in. But Australia almost like uncontested for some of those rebounds, and a lot of second looks, 2 or 3 looks, and it's paying off for some points on there, and that's a lot of the reason why they're ahead by so much right now.
That's right, and the other thing that's not dropping for New Zealand is their shots. Just looking at their shooting percentage, Australia's beating them across all, and in particular I think it's that 3-point range where they've gone 1 of 11 for New Zealand, which is only 9%, which is really uncharacteristic for them because they've been shooting around, I think, the 35% rate throughout the tournament. So, half-time, what would you be saying to the two teams?
If I was New Zealand, I'd just be saying to have some confidence in yourselves. Like, you made it to the gold medal match, you know your rotations, and you've stuck it to Australia before. So just keep your heads up there, and if you're Australia, I think just keep doing more of the same.
Absolutely, and we're underway. Australia has first possession in the half court. They're moving the ball around the perimeter well, and New Zealand look like they're going to stick in that zone a fair bit as they've started there, and we see the first 3 for the half from Isabel Smith as she knocks that down from range for Australia.
Brings her personal total up to 12. Not too many minutes for Smith, but she's really making the most of it.
That's right. So New Zealand, the first 3 for the New Zealand, which again weren't able to convert it, and Australia gets the rebound and pushes it down the floor.
Would have been the perfect start to New Zealand, especially for Jones. She's been giving it her all out there tonight.
That's right. Would have given them that little confidence boost that they need. See Australia all air that time, but New Zealand have possession through Jones again. Let's look for the 3, and that's Shamar Broughton.
There we
knocking down the
go.
3. That's exactly what they needed. They'll be happy with that.
You can see she almost doubted herself there, but left all alone, you got to take it, and it's paid off for her. She can absolutely hit those shots.
That's right. Get a few more of those to drop, and this score difference will reduce significantly pretty quickly.
Absolutely, and we've just got Australia going to the line again through Isabel Smith. Absolutely great by them today to embrace the physicality, and they're doing really well at driving to the basket, and they've managed to pull quite a few fouls out of New Zealand tonight. Unfortunately, just offline for that one there.
That's right. I think the way that Australia's attacked the basket and ridden the physicality has been really effective for them because they end up on the line, and they're getting the second shot opportunities as well, which is really great.
Yeah, and they're really, even if they're not getting their first shot, they're hustling after the second one. Altowitz gets a block there. And New Zealand scoring again through Shamar Brighton. She's off to a great start this half.
She is. She's come out ready to play, and they know that they have to bring this deficit down, or they will run out of time. So they're very keen to convert every possession. See Australia, the ball, being patient. They're prepared to just work the ball around until they find a good open look, which is a long one from range, which didn't drop. That was Sheraton, I think, and New Zealand come up with the board and pushing it down the floor.
Much better start to the rebounding for New Zealand as well, as Rasmussen gets it done on the other end and adds 2 more for her. It's more like it for New Zealand.
Absolutely, as Australia takes another early 3, misses the shot, and New Zealand have another possession. So if they can continue to get a couple of stops and convert at the other end of the floor, this scoreline will change.
Absolutely, you'd like to think that there's a bit of momentum with them right now. Unfortunately, that one just offline.
And good fast break transition there from Australia. Kick ahead pass to Oleknowitz, and she will attack the basket hard and benefits from going to the line on the foul.
Absolutely, that's not her first one tonight. Absolutely loves the left-hand side there, and it's been working for her. She connects on that first foul shot.
She's been very effective. put the Mozzie on it.
Just
And-
another rebound from Map there.
Exactly right.
New Zealand move it around, Australia move it around, back through the middle. New Zealand cleaning up the rebounds there and takes it back down the other side.
Charis Broughton with the ball, looking for a screen from Rasmussen, playing a bit of two-man game. Another screen, step back for the three, comes up short. As we see Australia trying to force just a little bit down the floor, looking for the kick-ahead pass, but New Zealand did a good job of getting in the lane as they are now turned the ball over. Australia off and running. Another good finish there. Under pressure, that was Madison Ryan converting that time. As we see, was there a tech foul
I think
called
it
on?
may have been.
Yeah, couldn't quite see what happened. I was looking at my player list. Jones has gone to the line and she makes the first. The one, obviously it was a technical foul because they're getting possession back here.
Bit of tension here, starting the second half off.
Yeah, there is. It's New Zealand have come out ready to play.
Yeah, despite the score, they're really putting a lot of pressure on.
Just unfortunate there that they couldn't hold on to that one. It'll be Australia's ball from the baseline.
Got Sherrington bringing it down the floor for Australia. Oh, the kicks it great. Oh, just unlucky there. It was a great assist there almost from Ryan to find her player down low. New Zealand back down the other way.
Ooh. Called an offensive foul then. It's good to see New Zealand looking to run some pick 'em action. Unfortunately, just a little late setting that one, or perhaps a little early coming off.
Absolutely, and Rasmussen, she's come out in the second half and she's eager to go. She's ready to make a difference, and probably just a little bit too eager on that one as Australia swings it to the corner. And it's good. Number 11, Madison Ryan.
It's a nice three. Australia's back out to a 22-point lead, so New Zealand at the start of the quarter sort of dug in a little bit to that lead and got it down to, I think, 16 points.
Ryan again with the steal and goes on the fast break. And another 2 points on the layup. Yeah, Australia's probably hit back again to show why they have the lead, but still no need to panic if you're New Zealand, because just unlucky there. Bit too late on the pass. And Australia, just like that, back down the other end for two more.
And yeah, timeout, I was just about to say, I think New Zealand need to think about maybe just a little bit of a timeout, because the momentum has definitely shifted back the way of Australia. The New Zealand team came out at the start and, you know, were really in the game and had some momentum back, but Australia quickly put a stop to that and they've extended their lead out again.
Yeah, absolutely. Australia really made the most of that little break, rested their legs, and now they've come back out and they're on the run. So that's tough for New Zealand to adjust back to into their defense, but definitely easy. What they can do themselves is just hold on to possession a little bit longer. They've been doing some great movement, just unfortunate just to throw it away in the end and causes Australia to go on the run. So if they just hold it up down their end, I think it'll pay off again to get those open looks that they had earlier in this quarter.
Yeah, look, I think, you know, Australia's defence has put that little bit of hesitation in New Zealand's mind. So, you know, they're penetrating, getting in the paint. They're not sure if they should take the shot themselves, or they're looking to dump it to someone who might be in a slightly better position, but it's creating some turnovers for them. And Australia's getting out in the lanes a little bit more defensively as well. So just a little bit of hesitation in the minds of New Zealand. I think you're right, Grace. They really just need to go back to being offensively, being attacking, but really being smart about the options that they're taking.
Absolutely, and you've got Jones back on the court now. She's been a great leader for New Zealand, so hopefully she can set something up for herself or her teammates.
Okay, that's one of the Broughton girls with the ball looking to feed it inside now. That's Rasmussen, who has been quite good for the New Zealand this game, and tough defence there. Might have been a little bit of body on that.
Yeah, it was a great finish there from Ryan once again. Rasmussen just needs a bit more support. You saw when she got stuck down low, no one else on New Zealand was moving around. So if they can get some cutties, they might catch Australia off guard and go in for an easy two.
Absolutely. Jones into the paint and finds the open three on the perimeter. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to convert it. That was Areta Kahuta. Daisy Hocking attacks the basket. No relation. She makes the two off. It's her own rebound.
Love to see another Hocking do well.
That's right.
But again, New Zealand just have to box out.
Yeah.
She was very good to get her own rebound there, but definitely something New Zealand can easily control and try to stop her again.
Australia doing a good job of communicating and switching up defensively. You know, really important that that connection's there as we see another transition basket. Not quite, but good running of the floor from Australia.
Yeah, they're doing well to keep that player out wide on the fast break, and then she's cutting in just as it draws in the defenders. So that's a game plan that's really working well for Australia in this second half as they pull out to a 30-point lead now.
It's the biggest lead there's been in the game, so we've got 3.5 minutes to go in this third quarter, and Australia certainly extended the lead in this third quarter. A couple of subs coming in for Australia. As Aleknowitz knocks down.
I think it's Ryan at the
Ryan,
line.
sorry, Ryan, quite right. She knocks that first one down. And the second. See New Zealand from Moke. Ava Jones again looking to penetrate, and Australia's defence is just smothering in the paint.
Yeah, I think they know now that as soon as they're blocking it down low, but they know that kick-out pass is happening, and Hocking did a great job there of picking that one off early.
Struggling to get the ball in, but they do, just in the nick of time. Hocking again looking to attack the basket. Lovely pass. Great connection there, and that was Ryan who finished that off. Well-timed cut.
Absolutely, and I think New Zealand have the opportunity to do that as well. A lot of the defence is collapsing and it's leaving the second half open, and as New Zealand get two of their own, the Tui now, and she'll get the and one.
More subs. We'll see Johnson take a break for Australia.
Jones similarly for New Zealand taking a rest. Can't complete the three-point play, and Australia are off again, looking to push the pace. Smith at the top. Hocking just pulls it in. Great drive and gets a foul and one of her own.
Yeah. Just a really good hard attack at the basket there, and took the contact, finished through contact, and will go to the line to convert it. Australia extends their lead out to 35 now, so it's really starting to get away from New Zealand, and as we see, great job there. Nice attack at the basket, but good solid defence as well to contest that there from Australia. As we see 2 points for Isabel Smith. Again in transition, New Zealand just look like they're starting to lose a little bit of mental fatigue starting to come in potentially. It's really hard in these situations, particularly as young athletes, to be able to keep yourself, as we see a nice drive, but unable to convert there from New Zealand. That was Areta Kahuta.
Yeah, and Australia's playing, it's quite a fast pace to match. especially after in a tournament where maybe perhaps you didn't get too many matchups of this speed. So it is very tough as they go for a quick three. That one's just short. But just want to hold on to, New Zealand should hold on to possession a little bit longer. It just feels like they're playing a lot of defence at the moment, and just giving Australia a lot of opportunity to set up shots of their own.
Yeah, and you know, that's the thing, they seem rushed in what they're doing as Australia takes a three but misses. They seem rushed, and that's probably due to Australia's defence and the transition. You start to get into that mental mode about staying at the same pace when you're right, you really wanted to slow it down a bit and take some time off the clock and make them play defence for a longer set.
Absolutely, and this is the end of what's been a great tournament for them. They've still made it to the gold medal. You want to end on a high as Australia pushes it down the floor, and another foul call. That'll be Tavetti going to the line for Australia as we make some subs for both teams.
It's a pretty good crowd in here tonight, Grace. It's good to see.
Absolutely. They're also very much, might not be many of them, but they sure are bringing the noise.
That's right.
Great to see a lot of, looks like players from other teams as well have come to cheer on the girls in the gold medal match.
It's another point there for Vanessa Tavetti.
Less than a minute left of this quarter. Hopefully, like to see New Zealand get some last-minute points for what's been probably not their best quarter of the tournament.
Oh, big three, another quick early one again, Grace. We just talked about that, but didn't drop. It's good when they drop, not so good when they don't.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. New Zealand have been shooting very well during the tournament, so I'm not sure if that's just their default at the moment, but they were doing a bit of a smaller lineup at the moment with the shot clock running down here for Australia. Just unfortunate there, but New Zealand pull in the rebounds. Yeah, they've got some good strength down low, so it'd be nice for them to try and look to that and set something up to get those players free.
Another three missed. That was McClenaghan. You can see the tiredness starting to come in. New Zealand are looking to push up the floor defensively, and they almost created a turnover there.
Yeah, a little bit of fatigue showing there for Australia as well. Very uncharacteristic pass for them.
Actually, they did create a turnover.
6 seconds left on the clock. McClenaghan. Does she know how long there is? She's going for it. Quick three. Just beaten out by the timer.
That was a huge quarter for Australia then.
Absolutely, and just going off the great momentum they had in the first half, great to see that they haven't dropped out, and they've probably stepped up their intensity even despite being up by so much. So a great quarter there from Australia, and good to see them starting to get some rotations through their through the floor as well.
That's right. I mean, it gives you the opportunity when you've got a lead, you can keep fresh legs coming on, which makes it really hard for New Zealand, who have some players who are playing longer stints during the game than Australia. So, you know, this is a tough position for New Zealand to be in. They're 73-32, huge blowout in that third quarter. So, you know, they've had, as you said, Grace, New Zealand have been great all tournament. I'm sure they'll want to come out in this last quarter and just play their style of basketball, you know, take what they can out of this game and walk off feeling proud in what they have achieved this week. I think it's probably a bit much to expect that they'll get back into this one. 41 points in 10 minutes of basketball is a lot. So it would take something very, very special, but I'm sure that they'll fight this out to the end.
Absolutely. There's a few still goals you can implement, like trying to keep Australia less than 100, trying to keep the margin, not let it blow out any further than it is.
That's right.
So still plenty on the line for New Zealand, and have a bit of pride in their team in what has been a great tournament.
Absolutely. So we'll get this last quarter underway shortly. And
We've seen some substitutions for Australia here. We'll see Jemima Manuel come on for her first minutes of the game. Good to see her start the last quarter.
It's great to get everyone in on the game in a gold medal game, so it's fantastic for Jemima to be able to get out on the floor. It's good. As New Zealand make their way back. Just looking at scorers, so Shamar Broughton has 9 for New Zealand, Ava Jones with 7, and Imani Rasmussen with 6. See if I can pull up the Australian scorers.
McLennigan getting us underway for New Zealand.
So Madison Ryan has 15. Isabel Smith has 14.
Hocking just got another hand to it.
And Oleknowitz has 12 for Australia. New Zealand with possession. Ainley sets a big screen as Broughton to come off, and oh, nice block. Steps on the floor, contributes to the block party.
Absolutely, lets the crowd know she's here.
Yeah,
what a great start for Jemima.
Again, Australia almost comes up with possession, and may still. Nope, New Zealand have retained it. It's in the corner there. Broughton looking to attack and just not able to convert it, and Australia with another rebound, pushing down the floor in transition. And they'll just set in the half court and look to find a good open look. Another offensive board.
McLennigan coming down for New Zealand, trying to get some pace. Swings it out.
That was Areta Kahuta not able to convert in Australia, often running in transition again, and a nice finish there from Sophie Richardson. With a good pass, kick ahead pass there.
Great to hear the crowd still in this game.
Yeah, they are. You could excuse them for going a little quiet with the score line as it is, but definitely they're still engaged and they're still enjoying watching these young women, ply their trade out on the floor. It's, as we said earlier, Grace, it's just a fantastic opportunity for these young talented athletes to be able to come out and play against, the best of everyone in the region.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure they don't get too much international experience. So this is a great tournament for them.
And it's really the kickstart of that sort of pathway for the young athletes is at an international level anyway. It's the first exposure they have at the under-15 competition level, and then obviously the Sapphires feeding to the GEMS program and all the way through to the Opals, hopefully, for some of these young players.
Absolutely, and both of these teams have now qualified for the under-16 Asia Cup, so they'll get to go to that one, and then from that, they get to qualify for the Under-17s World Cup. So plenty more in the pipeline for these girls out there.
That's right. So we see New Zealand with possession, pushing the ball down the floor. It's McLennigan looking to find a good option. It's Ainley with the ball. Back to McLennigan, looking to push the ball inside. A good recovery there.
Shot clock's less than 5. Finds Ainley down low.
She was fouled then by Maniok, and she will go to the line for 2. The subs coming in for Australia. And he converts that one.
First points of the night for Ainley. Good to see her get on the board.
Just nice size, isn't she? She's quite a big girl, nice and tall. Australia coming back down the floor. Richardson attacks the basket and couldn't quite make that come off. He's looking for, I think it's Ryan. Wasn't able to hold on to it.
New Zealand did well there. They knew Australia's game plan. They've been doing it all day. And they did well to cut off that the second cutter coming through the middle there.
New Zealand again down to 10 seconds on the shot clock as let the three fly and knocks it down. So McClenaghan knocks another three down. She's going to be happy with that.
Absolutely, and she's got such a quick release. It's very impressive. Glad that she was able to knock that one down as Australia tries one of their own, cleans up the rebound.
Would have been nice for Maniok to get on the board.
Absolutely, there's still 7 minutes left for it. McClenaghan again, just unlucky on that one. There's a foul called down low off the ball.
Mackenzie Disher, that foul. So Violet Johnson coming back into the game for Australia and Jemima Maniok having a seat. It's a nice little attack at the rim again. Isabel Smith adding some more to her total. Here comes Australia again. They're out running the lanes hard. They find the open player and McClenaghan finishes it off. Sorry.
Great finish there.
Okay, not McClenaghan, wrong team.
She did well under so much pressure to get that one to drop.
Yep.
Thought about going out, but then it got the lucky bounce back in. Five seconds left on the shot clock. New Zealand's got to put it up. And it's a block. Just as Australia get on the run again.
And block at the other end of the floor.
It's great defense from Mackenzie Disher. As Ainley pulls in the rebound for New Zealand. And they push it up their own way.
Oh, nice hands there. Stripping the ball. I'm getting into a little bit of up and back now, Grace.
Yes, both teams trying to push it. Perhaps just need to settle it a little bit. Maybe just a few too many wheat bix on that one.
That's right.
So New Zealand makes some subs. Get some fresh legs back on the court.
Sienna Maurice has come on for New Zealand.
Isabel Smith again drives to the basket and the foul gets the foul call, so we'll go to the line to shoot two.
She's leading all scorers for Australia at the moment. She has 16. She can add to that now. Or not.
Both games against New Zealand, though, she's had a great run. Top scorer earlier in the week as well, so she just seems to do well against the New Zealand style of play. She's done her scout well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't get that one to drop, though. New Zealand will bring it back their way.
The scoring has really slowed down in this last couple of minutes.
Absolutely, for both sides too.
Just a foul on the rebounding contest there.
I think that was just a bit of unlucky fall for that one there. Didn't mean anything behind that one.
Just caught someone at the wrong point in time. Often happens. It's Australia coming back down. Possession. Let's see. Working the ball, looking to attack the basket. Nice cut, but possibly missed as we see another three-pointer launched by Australia.
It's great rotations by them then. Everyone's trying to find space and creating it for each other, so it's great to see them keep that up even in the last minutes here, as New Zealand lucky to get away with that one.
So screen set down to 4 seconds on the shot clock. They'll need to get something tacked hard, but wasn't able to get a clean shot off, and Australia will have possession again.
Australia really proving why they were one of the top defensive teams across the whole tournament.
That's right, and it's kind of the trademark of Australian basketball. We're renowned for as defensive teams, and I think it's the way that our programs run through the juniors up into the seniors is really about that sort of lockdown, gritty defensive game.
Absolutely, and that'll come in handy as Ryan strips possession back there and goes long. Australia clean it up, and 2 more.
Violet Johnson getting that rebound and finishing it off for Australia.
But yeah, it's, as you said, defensive style of play is very Australian, so it's good here for these girls to get a taste for it early, and then they can carry that through as they advance into the senior Australian teams if they ever make it there.
That's right. There's a nice take at the rim.
Shamar Broughton going to the line.
She's been good for New Zealand tonight. She's, just stayed on the front foot, attacked them offensively. Hasn't always been able to convert, but she's really done a very good job of, trying to find ways to score.
Absolutely, and she has kept it up across the whole game as well. She hasn't got her head down. She's just been doing exactly what she knows she's capable of, and sticking to her game plan, and she's had a good performance here tonight. Unlucky with that second one, but the first one she has ticked over into double digits now, 10 for her personal total. Australia are back up for another 3, and Shamar pulls in a rebound of her own.
Comes down the other end of the floor and screen set, and she takes the open 3 and knocks it down, so...
Not tired at all.
Not tired at all.
She gets
and
better as the game goes on.
Exactly. She's just warming up.
And she strips it too.
She's doing everything.
Great defense from New Zealand here.
There's
3 on the shot clock. And Australia are good for 3 more through Vanessa Tavetti. She's been great from the 3-point line tonight.
She has. She's been good. Everyone that's come into the game for Australia has really made a contribution. Might not have been in there for big minutes, but certainly have stepped on the floor and made a contribution, which is great to see. It's what you need.
Absolutely. And now for New Zealand, we've got Tuenau going to the floor for an and 1 after pulling in the rebound and putting up 2 as Australia makes some subs here. Less than 2 minutes to go in the game.
And just looking at New Zealand, there's some great talent out on the floor. Like, their shooting hasn't dropped for them tonight, and they've struggled a little bit with adjusting to the game, but you can see that there's some really great skills and talent. There's some nice size and good athletes. So for New Zealand basketball looking forward, their tall ferns are continuing to get better and better and better, and with this young crop of players coming through and what they're doing with their national league in New Zealand, I think the future looks really bright for New Zealand.
Yeah, absolutely, and these players have done really well of working together as a team, as they just get a block there, but they're finding each other really nicely and knowing how to exactly set each other up for their specific skills. So it's been a great to watch from New Zealand tonight, despite probably some more shots falling than they'd hope.
Yeah, the scoreline's probably not what we would hope for in a grand final, but it's been good quality basketball, and just great to see these players out here. So we see a nice drive from New Zealand, but unable to make it, and Australia will come up. Only a couple of possessions left in this grand final. So we see Australia feed it inside, and nice make there from Sasha Clay. Hits the scoreboard.
Loves the assist in there, very strong from Mokai, finding her play down low.
unfortunate slip there from Broughton. Let's see. Shui now will be fouled and will go to the line. Add another 2 to the tally for New Zealand. Makes the second one.
We can see quite a few more teams starting to file in now as ahead of the medal ceremonies.
It's hard on the vision on the TV because we're facing all the crowd is in front.
Yeah, but we promise they're here.
They are here and you can probably hear them.
Yeah, they've got their pool noodles and their flags.
That's right.
Showing great support for the women in this gold medal game. 29 on the clock. New Zealand perhaps with their last look of the night. Hopefully we can get another look for them to the corner.
Oh. Big rebound there and comes crashing to the ground. Maybe Hocking will walk to the other end of the floor and take 2.
She's put her body on the line tonight, Hocking. She's been playing brilliantly, using her physicality and not shying away from that against the taller New Zealand girls. Just misses the first there. And makes the second. Oh, just a little bit of confusion there. Australia inbounded when it was a New Zealand inbound.
That's that mental fatigue. They're all very tired, very tired.
Reset for New Zealand inbound.
Last 15 seconds of the game in this grand final. And Australia will retain their undefeated status in this tournament.
Absolutely dominant at the under 15 age group. Just as the score runs out, and Australia are the gold medalists at the under 15 Oceania Championship.
Yeah, well-deserved win. You know, New Zealand should still be very happy with their week. They've performed well all week. Unfortunately tonight just weren't able to get those shots to drop, and you know, the score in the end was a 93-44 split in Australia's favour. But you know, really great tournament from New Zealand, and congratulations to the Aussie girls. They deserve that win. They came out tonight ready to play right from the start.
Absolutely, and while Australia are defending that gold medal that they've held on to across the years, still a credit to New Zealand for defending the silver medal. They're still able to get into the gold medal match, so great performance and great tournament for them for their first taste of international basketball.
That's right, and just having a look at the scorers for Australia, Smith ended up with 16, Aleknowitz with 12, 15 for Ryan.
Tavetti as well with 16 points.
Yeah, and so for New Zealand, probably Shamar Broughton, who had a great game, finished there with 13 points. Tuinu had 7, and I think that looks like
Jones was 7 as well.
So spreading the scoring around, just not enough of it for New Zealand tonight. So great game, great tournament, Grace. It's been really fun to be here all week. It's been great to call the grand final, and we'll let everyone get away and celebrate. And to all the people who've been watching at home, thanks for joining us. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
Absolutely, it's been a great tournament here for everyone, and great to hear the support here as Australia starts celebrating, but great performance across the board of basketball in the Oceania region.
And hopefully we'll see you tuned in to future FIBA tournaments.